Afide, Mr. Ignacio here, and today we will be learning about problem solving, or word problems. There are many types of word problems. So today we will be focusing on word problems that involve comparing two numbers. The Common Core State Standard mathematical practices are make sense of a problem and persevere in solving them, model with mathematics, and attend to precision. The Common Core State Standards addressed in this lesson are 2.0A.1, 2.MBT.5, and 2.MBT.7. Terms associated with problem solving using comparing are variable, which is a symbol for a number we don't know yet, and substitute, which is to replace variables with known numbers. The first step in word problem solving is to read the problem. Colin picks 5 more mangoes than Patrice. Patrice picked 15 mangoes. How many mangoes did Colin pick? The second step in solving this problem is to read again and to figure out what are our variables. So let's read the problem. So what do you think our variables are? Good. Colin and Patrice. Specifically, how many mangoes did Colin pick and how many mangoes did Patrice pick? We will use K to represent how many mangoes Colin picked and P to represent how many mangoes Patrice picked. The next step here is to determine what is the bigger number. Is it how many mangoes Patrice picked, or is it how many mangoes Colin picked? So let's read the problem again to find out who's the bigger number. Colin picks 5 more mangoes than Patrice. The word more tells us that Colin picked more mangoes. So that is why K is positioned here on the big number, and P is positioned here for the other small number. The next step into solving this problem is to determine what are our known numbers. So let's read the problem and figure out what are our known numbers. Now that we're done reading the problem, what are known numbers? Yes, we can replace P with 15 because on our second sentence here it tells us that Patrice picked 15 mangoes, and our variable P shows us how many mangoes did Patrice pick. So we can cross and replace it with 15. Our other number is 5 more mangoes. We don't know exactly how many mangoes Colin picked, but we know that he picked 5 more mangoes. So we can put 5 as our first small number. I'll show you another way to represent this. So we gotta think about our variables. Our first variable is P, that represents mangoes Patrice picked, and K, mangoes Colin picked. We already know that Patrice picked 15 mangoes. So this whole box here that represents for P, this whole box right here is 15 mangoes. For this box tells us how many mangoes Colin picked. And our first sentence here, if we read it, it says that he picks 5 more mangoes than Patrice. And that is represented by P plus 5. Another way to write it is 5 plus P. The next part in solving this problem is to determine what are they asking for. A good indicator is the question mark. So let's read the sentence with the question mark. How many mangoes did Colin pick? That is our question. So when determining that, we need to find out, are we going to add or subtract? Yes, if you notice here on this column, you have a plus sign that tells us that's how many more mangoes she picked. If you look at this diagram, here 5 blank 15, which are small numbers, will equal our big number. And that's what we're looking for, how many mangoes Colin picked. After seeing two diagrams to solving the problem, now let's ask ourselves, what is the question? The question here, a good indicator is the question mark. Let's read that sentence with the question mark. How many mangoes did Colin pick? Next step is to figure out, is this an addition or subtraction problem? Our figures here tell us that we have two small numbers on our number line here. And if you add two small numbers, you'll get the big number. On this diagram here, it shows us p plus 5. That's a good indicator that tells us we are going to add. There is our problem. 5 plus 15 equals something. Yes, 5 plus 15 equals k. So 5 plus 15 will equal how many mangoes Colin picked? 20. Colin picked 20 mangoes.